The gift of uncertainty. Navigating a journey from emotional pain to emotional freedom. Childhood trauma creates so much discomfort in our adult lives. It shapes our choices and our behaviours. Let me bring you back to that day, 1983. I was 2 years old. For 48 hours, they didn't know, was I going to live or was I going to die? I had been recovering from the measles. I had taken a prolonged febrile convulsion, followed by a very serious reaction to penicillin. The recovery took well over 6 weeks. Thankfully, I went on to make a full recovery. However, speech therapy, it played a huge role in my childhood. Learning to talk again and finding my voice. I was 10 years old, 1992. It felt like a big holiday. We were moving from Manchester, where I was born, to return to Ireland, where my parents are from. The holiday went away quite fast. The reality of the whole situation, how was a 10-year-old girl who already struggled to fit in, a very, very strong Mancunian accent, how was she going to be really accepted in a small, rural Catholic primary school during the Troubles in Northern Ireland? You see, through the eyes of a child, uncertainty can create so much fear. It creates environments of isolation and overwhelm. I was 16 years old. I begged my parents, please can I go to England to study with my older sister? And we made it happen. It was 10 short months, but not only did I start to discover who I was and start to find myself, I also discovered karaoke on a Sunday night. I discovered Whitney Houston, the greatest love of all. I come away from those 10 short months in a very diverse environment, not worrying about how I looked or how I sounded, making lots of new friends. But I come away from that environment of so much uncertainty, stepping into all of those unknown places. I come away with a new sense of confidence. And I will always be grateful for that part of my life. At 17, I met my now husband, and we are blessed with 4 beautiful children. I spent over 12 years in family business. Family business creates a very, very safe environment, an environment where there's a lot of certainty, and an environment where there's lots of collaboration opportunities as well. In 2015, I had my 4th child. And that gave me the opportunity to be more present in the home environment and to spend that time with my children. So it all started to happen again. I was craving something. I was craving the unknown. I was craving stepping out of my comfort zone. The reality is that I was actually craving the whole uncertainty. And I found an opportunity the following year in the network marketing industry. I remember going to my very first event just 4 weeks into that opportunity. And I come away and I ask myself, what rock have you been living your life under? And so much changed from that point. So many opportunities, so many obstacles and moments of uncertainty. But 4 years into the business, I made a choice to go for the top 1% in the company throughout the world, an incentive that only 1% of people would reach. Why? Because I had a hope that would fill a pain, a void that I had been feeling all my life, possibly unaware, but it was there. December 2020, I reached the top 1%, along with an incredible team. It was a beautiful moment, but the lights dimmed. After a number of weeks, the excitement went, and I still felt this inner pain within me. An incentive wasn't going to take it away. In 2021, I created a talk. Do you have the courage to be imperfectly perfect? I made a choice to bring all of that trauma from my childhood and share it with the world. 1 week later, I'm back on the sofa with my therapist. You see, journeying on a journey from emotional pain to emotional freedom, it takes time, it takes compassion. You will find the healing modalities that really work for you. And my message to you all is to really embrace that emotional freedom. It will always be a journey. It's not a destination. In 2022, my award-winning podcast, Radio Realness, was born. And I created a very simple yet powerful concept to hold space for real and raw conversations, sharing the powerful gift of vulnerability, giving other people an opportunity to feel comfortable, to feel safe, and to start to share and create a ripple effect. The same year in the September, I went to an event in Manchester and I invited my mum along. And we arrived in Manchester Piccadilly, and it was the first time I actually felt like I was a child again. And I said to Mum as we went through Manchester Piccadilly, Wednesday about 4 p.m, I said, Mum, we're going to go back to my primary school. I'm going to walk around it, have a tour, go past our old house. And Mum said, it's very unlikely, Geraldine, it's 4 o'clock on a Friday evening. I says, Mum, I've already done it within myself. I just have to do it now in the physical form. She looked at me and thought, are you going crazy? We made it happen. We went to the primary school. And in that moment, I went to the spot where my little girl last felt happy, where she felt loved, where she felt safe and cared for. And I lifted her up and I brought her back to Ireland with me where she belongs. It was in April of 2024. I was invited to a retreat in Bali, way out of my comfort zone, unknown waters. But I said yes, because I have learned the power of uncertainty and the roles it's played in my life. I said yes to stepping out of my comfort zone. The first message in Bali, it was all around emotional pain. The second around emotional freedom. And I had many conversations this year around removing distractions from your life and becoming focused on the real you and starting to take steps on your soul purpose, the purpose that you are here to serve. And from that moment, Emotional Freedom Pathways was born. Are you searching? Are you searching for inner peace, for clarity? You see, in a world that is seeking so much security, answers, and validation, wrapped in conformity with so many expectations, are you ready to start to embrace the power of uncertainty into your life? Where uncertainty meets purpose, it becomes a true catalyst for clarity. And clarity and inner peace is a very beautiful gift for us all to have. Let me bring you back to that day in 1983, a day that started out a chapter with so much pain, has now unfolded to a purpose beyond my imagination. Are you ready to step into your power? Are you ready to create clarity and to radiate realness in your life? Creating curiosity for the uncertainty that lies at the foundation of it all. Thank you so much.